The cast of Two Broke Girls have dealt with medical emergencies, sexual harassment, and homelessness, but one cast member almost didn't even make it on the show after they were shot at point-blank range during a robbery gone wrong. Kat Dennings started experiencing symptoms of migraines when she was 12, but her complaints were disregarded, which resulted in years of pain. She told FlowSpace, "When my mom first took me to a doctor, they said, 'Oh, you'll grow out of it. It's just headaches.' I was told over and over, 'Oh, you're a girl. It's just hormones.' A migraine is a neurological disorder that involves recurring severe pain on one side of the head. As a result, they can sometimes be confused with typical headaches and must be diagnosed by an experienced physician." Dennings said she spent years trying to get treatment. "It took me until I was in my 20s to really get the help I needed. I even bought this ridiculous migraine helmet that squeezes your head and eyes. It actually feels good, though it blasts spa music you can't turn off, so that's not ideal." She also revealed that the migraines disrupted her personal relationships. "It feels like you're lying when you cancel plans because of a migraine. Friends really don't understand the debilitating pain." For Beth Behrs, Two Broke Girls was her first real break as an actor, but the fame that came with it almost broke her. Behrs was working as a nanny when she received the callback for Two Broke Girls and had no idea the show was going to blow up. She told Self magazine that her stress level skyrocketed, leading to regular panic attacks and physical symptoms such as skin flare-ups that could last for months at a time. "My whole life had changed. Overnight, there were all sorts of things that I had never experienced before. And I'm such a type A perfectionist. For my job, I have to be on red carpets. The skin grossness was embarrassing. My body was saying, 'Slow the F down.'" The stress affected her life so much that it threatened her newfound success. To cope with anxiety and stress, the actor got into tennis, cooking, meditation, and working with horses, which she shared in her book, The Total Me Talks. She said, "It's impossible for me to be successful at what I love most, which is acting and making people laugh, without making sure my body is fueled in the right way."
I started thinking about sort of the relationship between anxiety, mental health, and creativity, and how healing is creative, and creativity is healing.
Garrett Morris played Earl on the show, and it's a miracle he was alive to do it. Back in 1994, he was shot in the chest and arm by two men who attempted to rob him in the Hyde Park neighborhood of Los Angeles. The actor, who was 57 years old at the time, was rushed to a nearby hospital.
He shoots, he goes to my arm, then to my abdomen.
The Saturday Night Live alum opened up more about the traumatic event in an interview with People magazine. "It ricocheted into my lumbar number 5. That's the only reason I survived. The doctors told me I might not walk or run again." Morris told the Archive of American Television that the road to recovery was long and painful, saying, "Messes up my intestines. I had to have a colostomy for 8 months, and it winds up with me having about 10 major operations because when I got to the hospital, I was in a coma." Shockingly, a producer on the sitcom Martin, which Morris had starred in for 2 seasons, decided to fire him while he was still in the hospital recovering. Morris said that he was blindsided by the decision, but surviving a near-death experience shaped his response. "For some strange reason, they decided to get rid of me then. I knew I'd been wronged. I knew that I'd been mistreated, but my thing was, I don't like you even, so I don't want to even fight to be with you." Matthew Moy, who played Han, had a stroke 1 week into filming season 2 in 2012. He revealed on the Behind the Beauty podcast, "My brain was hemorrhaging in the middle of the night. I noticed something was funny in my body because I couldn't make a fist or write." He initially brushed it off as tiredness, but when his symptoms persisted after 2 days, Moy realized that something was wrong. "I drove myself to urgent care. The doctor never came. I waited for like 3 hours, so I just checked myself out and went home, and then called my main doctor." Over the next 2 weeks, Moy continued working on set, trying to secure an appointment while the initial numbness spread across his body. He explained, "I started gaining weakness in the right side of my body and lost functionality and all my motor skills." At that time, Moy had also begun voicing a character on Steven Universe. When the animated series wrapped in 2020, Moy shared a word of gratitude on Instagram and opened up about the health issues he'd tried to keep a secret. "I didn't know how to tell people my right side was paralyzed. It's a weird thing to tell people. I think I lied and told people I sprained my ankle." After attending Berklee College of Music, Eric Andre, who played Deke in 8 episodes of Two Broke Girls, headed to New York City, where he ultimately decided to go all in on a comedy career. He began booking shows at bars and venues around Manhattan, but money was incredibly tight, and he wound up homeless. Andre told People magazine, "I would go up on stage and ask people if I could sleep at their house. I slept in the park a few nights. I would sleep in Union Square or St. Barton Park in Murray Hill. I would try to find safe parks to sleep in. Then I'd wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning terrified." He told Howard Stern that he decided to stay homeless rather than get a day job so he could focus on his comedy career.
I just wanted to not have a temp job. I just wanted to like orient my mind, like this is it. This is what I'm doing.
Still, to try and make ends meet, Andre worked occasional odd jobs, including at a dog daycare center, which wasn't quite as cute as it might sound. I made $7 an hour driving dogs around in a van. I was constantly getting sick. Every time you're dealing with that many dogs, you would rub your nose, you'd kind of forget, you'd get an allergy attack, rub your nose, and then all the viruses would get you. Gilles Marini played Nick, the head chef at the pastry school Max attends. Outside of the show, though, Marini is arguably best known for Sex and the City, the movie, as Samantha Jones's lover. Marini rose to international fandom for that role, but in real life, it attracted a lot of inappropriate attention. He told People, "I was approached by extremely powerful people, especially after Sex and the City. I became a piece of meat for many executives in Hollywood." Marini went on to note that he ended up in a number of situations with higher-ups where he felt his job was on the line. "I told them to their face that this is not going to fly. This is not who I am. If this job entails me bending over, it's not going to work for me." In the wake of the Harvey Weinstein scandal, the actor felt he could come forward about his own experiences regarding harassment in the industry. As an advocate for the Me Too movement, Marini noted that many men feel like they can't speak up about being sexually harassed or abused. And the reason is because it's a stigma, it's a shame. When a young man is affected by being raped or sexually harassed or touched, you will never hear, but those people exist. In 2016, Nick Zano, who played Johnny, and his longtime girlfriend Leah Renee Cudmore became parents for the first time when they welcomed a son. 2 years later, their daughter was born, but the second pregnancy was difficult, and the baby also arrived prematurely. For 3 months, Zano held off announcing his daughter's arrival to the world, finally posting on Instagram, "Our baby came into this world and went straight into the NICU, neonatal intensive care unit. About 24 hours after arriving, she needed a life-saving surgery, one that required her to fight through 9 hours of surgery, then another 2-hour emergency procedure after that surgery." The actor shared that his daughter spent the first month of her life in the NICU. During this traumatic period, Zano temporarily stepped away from his hit TV series, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, for the sake of his family. He wrote, "Taking time off a TV show isn't as easy as it sounds, and there are so many moving parts in order to do so." Zano also explained that he waited so long to announce his daughter's birth because the situation was so critical. "She has been doing so well in recovery. I was afraid of changing anything in the slightest way, including sharing her arrival." During season 3, Federico Dordei played Luis, a waiter at the Williamsburg Diner. Luis quickly became a fan-favorite breakout character, so fans were surprised and confused when he disappeared after just 8 episodes. What happened? In 2015, Dordei told Culture War reporters they dropped him completely without any notice. Nothing. "It was pretty brutal because you work with someone for 5 months every single day." Dordei told the outlet that he believes things took a turn for him after he had what he thought was a harmless conversation with some of the show's writers at a party. "I said that I really loved the writing for Luis, but that the next 2 episodes were not as funny for that character. It was a simple, fun chat between coworkers while enjoying ourselves." But it wasn't so fun when one of the writers apparently repeated this conversation to series co-creator Michael Patrick King. According to Dordei, King didn't take this so well. "He calls me and rips me a new asshole, got me on the phone and shredded me to pieces, asking how dare I talk. I should be lucky he gave me any lines at all." Though King assured Dordei he wasn't fired, Luis was in fact written off the show. Dordei said, "I was phased out slowly without even letting me know. Honestly, I'm still hurt by all this."